What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode. This episode is actually going to be based around a bike check. So I'm pretty pumped on a new slalom bike that I just got from Haro. I built it up enough to go rip around on the trails for a little bit, so it's pretty dusty. But this bike's gonna be a little bit different for me. I've never actually owned a proper slope bike, but more importantly for me, I really wanted to make it more of a dual slalom bike. So here it is. This is the Haro Thread 2, which overly pumped on. It's by far probably one of the coolest bikes I've ever owned. Lightweight. Look how close the back wheel is to the bottom bracket, which makes it a super short back end. With this slope bike, a lot of soft tail mountain bikes have derailleurs and gears on it, but this one's the design so when you compress the rear shock, it actually doesn't loosen the chain. So with that being said, you're able to run a single speed. Slope bikes are obviously a little heavier than a hardtail, seeing how there's a shock on the back. So yeah, you want to save as much weight as possible. But for me, I'm a short guy, so a 26-inch wheel is already pushing it pretty good for me. A 30-inch inseam with a 26-inch rear wheel behind me is pretty tough not to ass buzz on a lot of things I do. So let's get into it. Haro Thread 2 Slope. So it's designed for slope style riding. Well, I'm still gonna ride it as that, but more importantly for me, like I said, I want a small dual slalom bike. From here back is how this bike comes stock. I'm not even sure the cranks that are on it, but so I'm gonna switch these cranks to some SRAM EXO carbon cranks. They got a rock shock, rear shock, super dot. I don't even have to change that setup. I've gone and ridden my trails straight out of the box, and I haven't even tuned this shock yet. I haven't put any air in it. I didn't even set it up to my weight. I just took it straight from the box, straight out to the trails and started riding. What is a little different here, I got SRAM guide brakes. This bike actually comes with a TRP. It's a cabled brake, but it's got a hydraulic system in there. I don't really know how it works. Comes with a gyro. But yeah, I've taken all that off because I ride SRAM products and I just like their stuff way better than anything else. And I think the product actually proves it for itself. So I'm just running a wrapped cable. Front brake, I'm actually gonna run this front brake through the head tube, but it's not important right now because I just wanna ride dual slalom on it, so I'm not worried about bar spins and tail whips at the moment. Moving to the front of the bike, I've switched it up. I put my ODI bars on it, ODI grips, ODI bars, SRAM guide brakes. It's a profile stem. It's like one of the shortest ones I could find. Still need to cut that top. I want to make sure the handlebar height is where I want it, so then I'll go through and I'll cut this fork where I want it. But the biggest part about this bike is look how close the front wheel is to that fork. I've actually grinded that out. This is the RockShox Pike dirt jumper or DJ fork, but I want to run a 27.5 front wheel. So run 26-inch wheel in the back and 27.5 in the front. 27.5, 2.30. So yeah, I grind that out and I make it work. And I do that because you get better traction on the front wheel, or you get better traction on the front end having that bigger front wheel. I can still run my dirt jumper fork, which keeps it low. And yeah, it honestly rides like a BMX bike. Even the hardtails I've ridden for the last couple of years even the hardtails haven't had rear ends this short. So to have a dual suspension short travel bike with a short back end like that is ideal for me. Notice how close it is from the middle of the bottom bracket to the rear tire. And then you come over to my old slope bike, say middle of the bottom bracket to the rear tire is definitely a bigger gap. So that's the lever, the bar and stem setup, and the Manitou forks and the Spank front wheel, 26-inch front wheel that comes stock on the Haro. If you're getting this bike as a complete, the hardtail is the same. This is straight out of the box, dialed, ready to go. Super impressed with how the Haro completes come because, yeah, you can literally pull them straight out of the box. Like I did it with my hardtail and my slope bike. Took it straight out of the box and went to the trails before I even put my own sponsored parts on it. So Super rad for the money and convenient. Anyways, let's get to business. The cool thing with Haro's done, seeing how it's a bolt-on dropout style, just like a BMX bike, they designed a bolt-on dropout with a hanger so I can put gears on this. So you can get this bike and you can switch it from a single speed or to gears. I want gears. I'm gonna put the SRAM XO, actually this one right here. I'm gonna put the SRAM XO 7-speed on. That way I have a few gears. That way I can put it in a normal gear to get out of the starting gate. And then if it's a big, fast downhill track, I'll obviously have a couple gears to kind of switch through. I'm gonna switch it out. Then we're gonna take it out to Oak Mountain State Park and we're gonna rip this thing down one of their, it's called the Lightning Trail. It's kind of like a A-line inspired trail. But we're gonna take a slalom bike out there and see if we can put it through some abuse and maybe have my new slalom training spot until I'm able to get the slalom track built at the house. All right, looks like we're good to go. Got the carbon cranks on. Notice how the SRAM graphic matches the Haro graphic. I'm feeling it. I like when things match. So, put a shifter on. I just gotta run a longer cable. I always have the brake wrap, but not the cable, or not the shifter cable wrap, but it's all right. I'm not trying to get too wild on this bike for now. Yeah, put the XO 7-speed on. There's internal routing. Go on the top front of the down tube, comes out right behind the bottom bracket, right behind the sprocket. It actually goes right back into the chainstay and comes out, so everything stays nice and clean. You don't have cables everywhere. So yeah, got gears, got some knobs. Time to take this thing to the trails. Dude, it looks pretty sick. You know, it's like pretty light, damn. I have a scale. I'm gonna pull the scale out and actually weigh it and see what it actually weighs. Here you go. This is it. My new dual slalom bike slash slope bike. I don't know, I like riding the hardtails. I don't really have to use this as a slope bike. Yeah, here you go. What do you think? You guys leave me some comments below. Let me know if you see something I did wrong or see something. If you have any questions about this bike, drop them in the comments below and I'll happily answer them. All right, we made it to the trail. We got the boys. We got Spencer, we got Will. We're gonna start ripping some laps. This is by far my favorite trail out here in Oak Mountain. It's called Lightning. It's like a A-line style run. Just real flowy all the way down. We got this massive 3-foot drop to start. Oh! The local talent is cruising through. You always hit record when you see basketball shorts coming down the trail. Remember that. Spencer's coming.
Spencer's coming. All right.
Way too enduro. You need to be more free ride.
All right.
Spencer's gonna try to demonstrate. What do they call them? Spence, what do they call those slap things? Yeah, what do they call them when you slap a berm? Cut? I don't know. But what Spencer's trying to do is come to this turn inside and where you hit it in the middle and you roost it up. I don't know what people call that stuff. I don't watch enough. Slapping a turn or something? I don't know. Show us how to do it. Oh, that was a little one. We'll take it. If it's not slapping, leave a comment below. Let us know what that's called. I apologize for cutting it off like I did. My battery died, and I've had the worst habit of doing that. Haro Thread 2 slope bike, dialed. I'm digging it. Once I got it out there, this bike kind of rode exactly how I expected it to and how I wanted it to. Short back end, manual really good, jumped really well, doesn't feel heavy under me. I haven't got to ride it on a proper dual slalom course obviously yet, but yeah, for what we did today, damn, it was pretty dialed. If there's anything I missed or anything you guys want to know, leave comments below. I'll try to answer everything. I think I officially have my new favorite bike in the garage. All right, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, see you.